It's been 4 months now my house has been on Airbnb, and there are two questions I get asked more than anything. And those are, what was the total cost to get it on Airbnb, and how long will it take to make that back? Now that I have some real revenue numbers, I can share an accurate estimate of what those will look like.
Welcome back to my Airbnb. This is it, the Racquet Club Resort. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in Palm Springs, California. Today, we're finally gonna go over the total cost to renovate, furnish, and get this place on Airbnb, and the estimate of how long it will take to get that investment back. If you like these kinds of videos, hit subscribe and let's get into it. So before we really dive into the numbers, I wanted to thank Here.co for sponsoring this video. And if you're interested in investing in a vacation rental, listen up, because this company is very, very cool. So Here.co basically lets you invest in vacation rentals like you would stocks. They do all the legwork of setting up a vacation rental. They property manage it, they get it on Airbnb or all those websites, and you can invest into them for as little as $100. So you can go on their website and swipe through and see all the vacation rentals they have available that you can invest in. So really the cool thing is here, you don't need thousands of dollars to get started in investing in a vacation rental. You can invest with as little as $100. And you can pick which house you want to invest in, which I also think is just kind of fun. It's also a fully passive way to invest in vacation rentals. You don't have to manage it. It's honestly a full-time job getting this place set up. So to be able to invest in them with just a few clicks of a button is kind of amazing. Short-term rentals are the highest yielding asset class in real estate, and this is a way that you can get in even if you don't have the money to buy a place. With Here, you'll also receive economic rights with the underlying property. So you get net rental income, you get some tax benefits that come with real estate, and you also get appreciation. Each property on the platform has been securitized with the SEC and broken into shares. I'll have the link down below if you guys want to go check it out and invest. I'm personally investing, so we can invest in the same house. How cool is that? And now let's get on to what the numbers are like for this house.
So first things first, the cost of the actual house. So when you buy a house, of course, you have to put a certain amount down. Because this was an investment property, we had to put at least 20% down.
The house was $756,000 and we put down $256,000. So that's $256,000. We're already sunk in. We can't do anything else with that money. And the mortgage, property taxes, and insurance is $3,059 per month. We closed on the house November 2020, but we didn't get it on Airbnb until January 2022. So that was about 14 months. We were just paying the mortgage, not making any money, which totaled to $42,826 that we paid, just had to pay the mortgage. And of that monthly mortgage, about $1,100 of that is towards interest, $977 is for property taxes and insurance, and then $947 of that goes to equity. That is the principal payment. So I actually don't count that amount as like an expense because we, that's equity. we get that. So of that amount, about $11,000 goes towards equity, which is great. But $31,462 is how much we just burn having to pay insurance, property taxes, all of that. We never see that money again. So far we've spent $298,000 about, not even factoring in renovations. So let's get into the renovations. Okay, so as I'm editing this, I wish I had just lumped that $11,000 of equity in with the total cost, because in reality, you still need that money up front in order to do this. And you could say the same thing about the down payment, that it's technically equity. However, you need the money up front. It really is money that you need in order to make an Airbnb. So the total calculation, I didn't include the $11,000, but just keep that in mind. So you could add that on to the final number if you want, but just disclaimer. All right, now let's talk renovations. I had to get my laptop out for this one because there's a lot to go through. So we renovated the whole house, backyard and inside, as you guys know.
The only thing we didn't renovate was the bathrooms. They were pretty good. In an ideal world, I would change them still, but they really didn't need it. The biggest renovation cost was the backyard. But for a vacation rental like this, it's really important to have an appealing and entertaining backyard.
So in total, the backyard was $76,696. And I have a whole video going over that cost if you want to watch the breakdown of before and after and everything. I'll link it below. So we redid the floors, the polished concrete was $8,700. The flooring demo, so to rip out all the old floors, was about $5,000. The kitchen in total was about $30,000. That's an estimate, it might be a little bit more than that. The furniture for the whole house, I'm estimating was about $30,000, but I'll actually go through and see what it actually was, so let's cut to that.
So we definitely spent more on certain items, like the dining table, the media console, we splurged on, and you don't have to do that. For a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, I think $30,000 is a little on the high side, and I totaled up pretty much everything. You can pause it at any time if you want to see how much things cost, but it ended up being in total about $34,000, and it's likely that I probably forgot something.
Keep in mind, I was able to get some of this stuff for free, but most of it I purchased. I spent more on furniture than you really need to for an Airbnb, but I think it looks nicer that way. We had to get a new electrical panel, which was $5,000. The glass fence in the entryway area was about $5,000. Moving the laundry outside and getting a new sewer line, that was also about $5,000. A contractor broke one of the closet doors and we had to get a replacement, which was about $1,300. And one of the contractors did kind of a bad job at painting that outside fence, so we had someone redo it, which was $1,500. And the countless trips to Home Depot, Lowe's for painting, stuff like that, it's gotta be around $3,000. I'm guessing it could be even more. So in total, with the backyard and the inside, on renovations, I'm estimating we spent about $171,211. Honestly, it's probably more than this. I'm sure I'm missing some things, somewhere around that number. So to be honest, this is way more than I expected to ever spend on renovations, and had I known it was going to cost that much when buying this house, I definitely would not have bought the house. But I'm glad I did, and I'll get into that later. So now the total spent with renovations and the down payment is $458,673. Way more than I expected. That is a lot that we have to make up with Airbnb, right?
So the good news is, because we spent so much on it, the house is a lot nicer, it's worth more, and we can charge more per night.
Okay, so how long is it gonna take to earn nearly $500,000 back on Airbnb? I'm able to estimate this based on a couple factors. How much we've already made on Airbnb the past 4 months, how much AirDNA estimates, how much other vacation rentals in the area are making. I think we can get a pretty accurate idea of how long it's gonna take. Let's start with AirDNA. This is a website that will kind of analyze vacation rentals and tell you how much a property could potentially make. So for my property, it's estimating that it could make $134,000 per year in revenue, not in profit. So $134,000 actually sounds pretty accurate. I think that is going to be pretty accurate, but let's go over in reality how much I've made so far. So January was $1,861. Not a lot because we launched through half the month, so we only had one booking. So this doesn't really give you an accurate idea of how much you would make per month. February was a little bit more at $3,542, but this still was not that much because we ended up blocking off 10 days to stay here ourselves. March was really our first month where we were fully booked basically. And this month we made $12,700. So this is after all the property management fees and everything, right? So that's a good amount. I'm pretty happy with that. That's about the amount AirDNA is saying we'd make per month. And then April was the best month so far because of Coachella. In April, we made $15,766. That is so much. Wow. So in total, the last 4 months, we made $33,869 in revenue, which is all right, but we really should be able to make a lot more in January and February. Those are actually the high season. People travel here a lot then, but we weren't really prepared as much. We were renting it out, but we weren't really optimizing, I would say. So our expenses monthly is about $5,500. $3,000 of that is the mortgage, and then there's a number of other things like the pool cleaning, The pool heat is pretty expensive, and I'm bundling in. People do pay a bit more for pool heat, but we end up eating some of the cost too. Electricity, super expensive. There are a lot of expenses. I might even be forgetting some. It could be closer to 6,000, but it's about 5,500. So for the last 4 months where we made 33,000, our expenses were $22,000. So our profit so far is $11,869 so far, an average of $2,967 per month. If that was our average for the whole year, we would only make about $35,000 in profit for the year. You know, after all expenses, after mortgage is paid, everything's said and done. $35,000 in profit. That would mean to pay off this investment, it would take 12 years. Not amazing in terms of how short-term rentals can do. I've seen a lot better, but also I'm gonna say not that bad. If it ended up that was the case, I wouldn't be like so upset about it, but I do think that we're gonna do better than that. So really January and February should earn a lot more, as well as December, even November. So I think next year we're gonna make a lot more in the winter months because we weren't renting it out at all for the winter. I do think, however, going into the summer is gonna be pretty slow. That is like the low season for Palm Springs, so I don't think we're going to make that much in the summer. I honestly think that we'll probably just make enough to pay the expenses and maybe a little more. Like it'll probably be about that. Like, so that's something good to know about like the desert, I guess. But overall, I do think our revenue will be closer to that 134,000 number that AirDNA came up with. And based on how much we spent and our expenses, let's go over what the cash on cash return would be if we make 134,000 per year. If we make 134,000, we're still gonna have to take out about $66,000 for expenses. So that leaves 68,000 per year in actual profit, which means it would take only 6 to 7 years to get a return on our investment to fully pay off that $458,000 number. That is a 14% cash on cash return, a little bit better than what the stock market average is. Not to mention, hello, you can't sleep in your stock market portfolio. You can't vacation in that. I'm making that return and I have this place to stay in from time to time. Like that is amazing. That is the best thing about doing a short-term rental, in my opinion, is that you can go stay in it too sometimes while making a profit too. My thoughts on all of this, I think a 14% cash on cash return is pretty good. I'm happy with it if we get that, and I really think that's gonna be what we're able to get if we optimize next year and the following years. However, I've seen people get over 20% cash on cash returns with Airbnbs. We didn't optimize fully for profit. We did some things just because we wanted to, you know, like we got a frame TV. You probably shouldn't get that if you want to make the most profit with an Airbnb. It's not like flipping a house. Like it was a passion project too. Like there were things I want to spend money on. So 6 to 7 years, it's pretty good, but I honestly think you could do better if you were doing a short-term rental. Rent this. We spent a lot on renovations. You don't have to spend that much. And for that reason, my next vacation rental is not going to be in Palm Springs. I will reveal that soon. If you watch my vlog channel, you already know. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with this number, but I'll update you guys in a year with how accurate it is. Like maybe we don't make 134,000. You really don't know for sure until you've made the actual return on the investment. But I think this is a pretty accurate estimate. Okay, this was like a lot of math to do, so please give this video a thumbs up because like my brain hurt after going through bank statements and like figuring this all out. I was like, whoa. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you think. Do you think it was a good investment? I think it was a good investment still. I actually still do think so. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.